Welcome to our home and happy Mother's Day. So I just picked these 2 minutes ago and show them close, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love roses so much. This so special. So
Is this the double delight?
no, there's none of those in here.
Okay, all right.
He thinks everything is a double.
Because you're a double delight.
But these roses are for all of you, and they're for your mothers too. So, do you want to hold them while I talk?
Sure.
Everything's a double delight. So, Mother's Day, we all had a mother, and so that's something that we all have in common. Some of us have an adopted mother. And some of us, our mothers died at a very young age, but we all had a mother, and maybe some of your mothers are still alive. And I love mothers. There's no such thing as a perfect mother. All of our mothers made some mistakes. I know that I did too, but I really strived to be the best mother that I possibly could be. And I believe that all of your mothers in their hearts also strove to be the best mothers. And that's what's important to remember. So I'm going to tell a story, and I told this last year, and there's something about a story that's told again and again, because this is a really good one, and there's different details that emerge, and so don't turn it off because you like, oh, I already heard that one. But so when I was 20 years old, I was a nursing student at Columbia University, and I came so close to dying. I actually had left my body. And this is a story of how my mother brought me back to life with her love. Yeah. So I developed sepsis, and there's reasons for that I won't get into, but I went from being a healthy, energetic young woman to being in the isolated intensive care unit at the Columbia Medical Center in a matter of days. And they called my parents in Buffalo and said, if you want to see your daughter alive, you need to come immediately because we are losing her. So it was a blizzard, it was December, and there was one plane going out with one ticket, one seat, and it was decided that my mother take that seat. And so several hours later, there she was on the plane, going to New York City with the message that I might not be alive when she got there. And there's only 2 children in my family, my mother really, really wanted a daughter, and we were very close. And she saw us sitting on the plane. She felt she could go into complete panic, or she could do something else. And fortunately, she did something else. She put my life in the hands of God, and she prayed deeply that God's will be done. And she said, as that happened, she felt this light, this presence come into her, and a deep peace, deeper than she had ever felt before. And that deep peace stayed with her throughout the flight. And when she got to the airport, she was standing outside of LaGuardia Airport. It was late at night, and there were just a few taxi cabs, and no one would take her because the medical center was a short trip, and this was to be their last trip of the day, and they wanted a long trip. They wanted to go all the way down into Manhattan. They wanted to make more money. No one would take my mother. She tried cab after cab. And finally, one thing about my mother is that she was an early civil rights activist. She really loved Black people. She really loved all people. So, this peace was still with her, and this taxi cab pulled up, a Black man, and he said, "You get in, ma'am." And she told him what was happening, and he sang hymns the whole way and to the hospital, and he wouldn't take a penny from her. Seems like an angel brought her there. Anyway, she got to the hospital. She was brought to my room, and I can see this because I had left my body. I saw my mother walking, and there was a circle of doctors. And so this is New York City, and some of the best doctors in the world at Columbia Medical Center, and they also had called in a specialist from Cornell Medical Center, probably the two top specialists, and they couldn't do anything. And they greeted my mother, and they said, "We're losing your daughter. She's dying. Do you want us to come in with you?" And she said, "No." And the same deep peace was within her heart. And when she opened the door, I felt this light come right into me. I came right back into my body. And she came over to me and she said, "I'm here." I said, "I need you." I needed my mother's belief in my life. I needed her deep spiritual essence at that moment. That was something the doctors couldn't give me. The best medical attention couldn't give me what my mother gave me. And slowly, over the course of several weeks, I got better and better and better. And here I am, never to be that sick again. And I really, truly believe I am here today because of my mother's belief in me and her faith in God. It's a really beautiful story, and it really shows the power of a mother's love. And maybe your mother, maybe there's nothing so dramatic, and that's pretty dramatic, but I'm sure that in ways your mother, in her belief and her love in you, brought you through some crisis or some doubt that you had about yourself, something, maybe her prayers, and that you are the person that you are today, not because of the mistakes that your mother made, but because she was really trying to be a good mother. So that's why I just feel like all mothers really need to be honored today. And those of us that are mothers, we need to honor ourselves for all that we have done for our children. Thanks, Barry. So I all these years, 58 years later, I still, there are tears that come to my eyes when I think of the power of that.
Wow. I know I had tears in my eyes with your telling of that story. It's such a powerful story. I have a memory. It's not really so dramatic of my mother, but it's a very special memory from my childhood, and it's about sometimes in the evenings we had this little TV room and two couches, and my mother would be on one couch, my dad would be on the other couch, and my sister and brother would be kind of curled up with my dad. And I would be lying on this couch. We'd be watching TV, and I'd be lying with my head on my mother's lap, and she would just be stroking my hair or doing something, just these gentle little touches. And I really remember these moments of feeling the mother's love. And what I'm realizing now is it's not our earth mothers, it's not our physical mothers, but there's a transmission of energy. I call it the divine mother that comes through mothers. It's an energy, and I really believe that it's the divine mother that came through your mother that really just awakened you from your coma. And it was the divine mother that I felt lying with my head on her lap, my mother's lap. So it's just, if we can give thanks to that highest mother energy, the divine mother that comes through mothers, that's special.
Oh, that's beautiful, Barry.
Okay. Divine Mother, we need your love. Divine Mother, Holy Ma, we need your love. Divine Mother, Holy Ma, we have your love. Divine Mother, Holy Ma, we feel your love. Divine Mother, we feel your love. Holy Ma, we need your love. Holy Ma, we feel your love. Holy Ma. Close your eyes. Take this moment to call upon the Divine Mother, the energy of the feminine energy of the divine that comes through all mothers and all women, actually. It's the feeling of being tenderly loved, enfolded by love, wrapped in love, nurtured by love. And yes, that Divine Mother sometimes came through our physical mothers, no matter how many mistakes they made. If we could just touch that for even one moment, to feel that presence of Divine Mother, that would really bless us. All right, take a nice deep breath and open your eyes, and a very blessed Mother's Day to all of you, women and men.
So we're hoping that today, on Mother's Day, besides, if your mothers are alive, maybe sent cards or flowers or something. That's nice. But take a moment by yourself and just thank your mother. She might be here on this earth. She might be in the heaven world. But thank her for all the love. She wasn't perfect, but she did her best. And that's what's most important. All right. So happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Yeah. And sweetie, you have been the most amazing mother, not just to our children, but to so many beings and souls. You give such mothering love.
Thank you, Barry.
And the little boy inside feels very loved by the mother in you. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.